Okay, so we have these feelings, and you know, if the whole thing is a wrist turn, what the heck is a wrist turn? And it can take a while to learn what a wrist turn is. So what? Meantime, you're starting to play, interact with other human beings, and you start to get a good sound on the drums. You make good contact with your instrument, better contact. So, I had you doing this, right? So I had you just holding your hand open. So let's do that together. And you'll notice you can see a little bit of the side part of my arm here.
Mm-hmm.
And my elbow is just hanging by my side. It's kind of up in here somewhere. Yeah. And then you just allow that to close normally, just like that, right? And then you put a stick in it. But you don't put the stick, you want to maintain this position, and I'm going to show you why. See, okay, now here, this is really cool. There's only going to be 4, there might be 5, get into rebounds, but to keep it very simple, we're talking about 4 feelings, but each one of them will have to be perfect. So it really behooves the student to take each of the feelings very seriously, right? So if I have you here somewhere, up in here, I want you to maintain this position, and in a minute you'll know why. Because this has a feeling, doesn't it? And if you go to put the stick in your hand and you do this, you've lost the whole thing. We may as well not even do this. So you can see a little bit of my arm, my elbow's hanging, my upper arm's just hanging where it would be normally, and I'd come up to here. Something like that, yeah, kind of like that. Maybe just a little higher. So yeah, something like that, yeah, right, somewhere in there. And I've got my fingers spread apart, and then I just let them close. Now remember this feeling. Stay here now. This is the feeling. This is the feeling. Now we've got to maintain this feeling. The entire assembly has a feeling. You're holding your hand in the air. Thusly, don't let it come down. Don't lose the feeling. Keep your hand in the air. Mine's still up by my face. Remember, you were up here. Now you're here. Okay, and you're going to slide the stick into your hand and keep it up here. Or up here somewhere. Right?
You want me to?
Just stay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You want me to put it into the grip or just into the hold of the hand?
It's right into the grip. First finger and thumb just gently come in.
Okay.
No stick. You could put the stick in there and let them close onto the stick.
Okay.
That's the way to do it. And you'd have the perfect grip. All the things that you've learned intellectually, the thumb and first finger are the guide, right? It's on the flat of the thumb, first knuckle of the first finger. It's on the first knuckle of the middle finger, pad of the fourth, and tip of the fifth. And you're just kind of up here, somewhere in here, right? Good. Feel how relaxed that is. Feel how relaxed it is. You'll notice that if you don't move your wrist and just keep your wrist relaxed, that the stick has some wiggle room. You could almost move it away from. No, you got to keep it up here. You lost the feeling. There, so you can wiggle away from the palm a little. Here, if we just let it close, it seems to be on the palm, but it could be off the palm a little. It could, if we're so relaxed. This can be in here somewhere, right? Not a big deal. It's really loose. It's not very tight. And we're focused on the first finger and thumb and the middle finger. Back fingers have very little to do with it. That's the essence. Okay, so that's one of the feelings. Really important. And you feel it. Yeah, I feel it. Okay, this is going to be part of an overarching expression. Okay, so now we know that if we come down here, the stick, as I mentioned, seems to get heavier. Really feel it in the middle finger, a little more in the middle finger. You know, it's a little, feels more head heavy, right? So we're and we're at the floor. So now, but this isn't quite the feeling. This isn't quite. This is where it gets tricky. I'm not even going to consider this one of the feelings for. I guess this is where, you know, I'll show you what I mean. So, but we're just down here, right? What you felt here is connected to what you're feeling here. Okay? So what we want to learn is this idea of making a motion or a throw. And a throw can involve an up motion or an upstroke where we get a tap on the way up, which is the idea of this technique being half the effort and twice the speed. So, but we don't have to make a tap right now. I want you to get another feeling. You've got this feeling, really important. Now I want you to be down at the floor, and I want you to go up with that idea of you leaving the bead down. You can come up just a little more. From the wrist, bend the wrist. That's a wrist turn. Okay, good. Now, if you take the stick out of your hand and just leave the hand, it's kind of a little bit open now. Okay? Now, if without a stick in your hand, all right, let's put the stick back in your hand. So that would be our little bend. Little is a relative term, so it's this bend, right? And I've shown you that the hand is relaxed a little, it's a little more open. And then when you come down, the hand would close.
So just be moving away from mine when I go up here?
No, it's not going to move away.
Okay.
But it's more open. I know now. Now watch, take the stick out of your hand. Okay. So we're down at the floor without a stick. This is what the body does. And if you believe it, because it's, you know, there has to be a leap of faith, you know, that this is true. When we go up, the hand opens up. If no stick, it really opens up. Come on up, right up in here. Come on up. See, now wiggle it, dangle it. You say it's open. Look how open it is. Now come down and feel it close. Can you? Feel it open. Good. Leave the elbow hanging. You don't have to poke it out. That'll spoil the feeling of the wrist bending. That'll spoil the wrist turn. Now you're getting arm involved. It just goes up. The elbow does hardly anything. It just goes up like that. Come on up a little bit. You know, it's the begging dog or the praying mantis or the gooseneck. Okay, and then when you come down, you want to feel the fingers how they close. That's kind of the big part of this technique, is that feeling where you're open, and then you can follow the breadcrumbs back and it closes, see? Now if you put a stick in your hand and you go up, you should feel a little bit of that thing. Not as much as you did with no stick, but clearly when I go up, I'm more open than down here. I'm in about this position. Even though I'm mimicking what it would look like if I had a stick in my hand. Yeah, you see, you're kind of open there. Right, now here's what's going to happen. So you have that feeling. Mostly 3 fingers, back fingers, doesn't matter what they're doing, just realize that you don't need to do anything with them. You don't need to do anything with any of the fingers, but this is the secret sauce, okay? So we have this wrist turn that is a release. Now we're going to turn up. That wasn't too bad. Now what do you feel?
The stick is up against the butt here in my hand.
No, stop.
Okay.
Stop. I'll show you what you should be feeling. That may or may not be true, depending on how quickly we go up and how much circular force we're creating. Hey, look, open your hand up. Take the stick out. Come on, you should be up a little bit. You're not feeling quite the right position. You should be up here. Come on up where you were at the beginning. Now put the stick in your hand and let it close. That's what you should be feeling. There it is. It's very loose, isn't it? If you bend forward a little, if you bend forward, it's just relaxed. No, just stay where you are. There's this feeling. Okay, so now let's start again. Come back down. Okay? And we're gonna get that little feeling that happens when we release. And we're nice, now the hand is quite open. Now what happens is, there's a timing to this motion. As we turn up to this spot that I've shown you, that's what's happening, I think. We're coming up to here, and the arm starts to go down. Wait a minute, I'm here with that released feeling, that open feeling. See, my forearm is up a little, is yours? Is it up? Yeah, not too bad. That's, as I turn up, that's gonna come down a little. There, now I'm in this position, now I'm kind of in this position, somewhere in here. May have been too high at the beginning, maybe, but it has this feeling, right? Now here's what's happening. If you can get this, you'll have a really good throw, I believe. Okay, so we're coming back down. Come on, you got to get nice and flat. And then we're going to go up and feel the hand open up like you learned. Forearm has gone up a little bit. You're open. You've released. Now from here on end, the hand is going to start to close. But how much? The first step would be to get to here. And it's closed ever so slightly. It's still a little bit open. I'm not even on the palm. If you are, it doesn't quite matter right now. Because if we move too slowly, nothing really happens. But if we turn up, the stick kind of wants to pull away a little bit, but the hand has started to close. So how much is it going to come away? Hardly at all. Now, here's what happens. So you're feeling that, which kind of feels like that relaxed feeling you had up here, which didn't feel as open as when you get to here. It starts to close here, but not all the way. It's got one more level of closure. So from up in here, which is this, which you already have from the last lesson, you're going to finish closing your hand. Now this will all happen without you doing it on purpose. Once it becomes part of you, and the muscle memory will kick in, and you won't need to even think about it. But stay up here, come on. Aren't we here? So and now the forearm started to come down, and we're up in that position where it's really loose. And then we're going to finish, and the hand has started to close, and we're going to finish the squeeze. Squeeze to the palm just a little, right? So now you're closed. Now you're going to release. Dick Wilson would say you release what you squeezed. So you're going to release. Then you're going to go up into that position. Forearm's going to come down and you're going to start to close a little. And then you're going to finish closing and go to the surface. Close. Do it again. First part. Second part, forearm's going to come down as you start to close, but not totally closed. Now finish closing and go to the surface. That's more like a throw. That's like a squeeze and release. And it's all a wrist turn. This part is a wrist turn. This part is a wrist turn, and this is. Now if we smooth that, that's pretty good. And you're closed now. Not really tight, but tighter than this. This is what we're going to squeeze. This is the release we're going to squeeze. We start to squeeze now. Forearm's going, and we finish our squeeze when we go to the surface. And you're going to release it again. And you're going to start to squeeze. But the whole thing has to, like that, and finish. There, you see, you're feeling all three. So you've got what? You've got a release. You've got a release. You've got a squeeze. Wait a minute, you've got a release. Then you've got the beginning of the squeeze. That's the second feeling, making this up. And then you have the final squeeze as you go to the surface. That's a release, the praying mantis. Then we go up to the hand in the air feeling, and we started to close. Forearms started to go down, and we finish by squeezing the rest of the way. Murray would say, and you can add thrust with your middle finger, but you don't need to. But because the whole thing closes naturally. It just does this. Over. Now do this with me in the air. And we'll feel it with no. It's really good, man. You see? So let your arm hang. It doesn't do anything. This is a wrist turn. This is arm. This is neutral arm. Okay? So we're down here with this position. It's not tight like a fist. It's just in a natural position, like holding something, kind of like what it felt like when you're let your hand close. But now you're down here. Could consider that one of the feelings, right? Okay, and then you're going to release, and then you're going to start to close. Fingers as the forearm, and you're going to finish closing. What was all that about? So let's do it again together. So you're going to release. We get in 3 stages. Come on, let your fingers open. So you don't hold the stick. Now you can really explore the feeling. Now as you come up, the hand's going to start to close, and the forearm's going to do it slowly. Feel your hands start to close, and now you're up in the hand in the air, right? You're almost closed, but you're not closed, and now you're just going to finish. Forearm's going to go down. No, the forearm has to come down with the wrist. The forearm leads the wrist. No, the forearm is going to be flat when you get to the end. Like that. Yeah, see, it leads. It might look like I'm using my arm, but it's leading, and it goes down like that. Like that. You get all the weight of your arm for free. Try it again. We'll do it slowly one more time. So look, really let it open. Why is your elbow sticking out? You're a puppet on a string. It's a praying mantis. It's a begging dog. Come on up. Let the hand, it's what you want to feel is the hand opening. The release. This motion gives you release. And then you start to turn up, forearm comes down, you start to close, and then you finish it and let the whole arm come down. No, the wrist doesn't go down faster and end up bent. You'll hurt yourself. It's just, what is this? You want to get back to here and finish the cycle, right? It's the circle of life, man. There you go, come and let the whole thing come and do it slowly, but you got it. You did it. That's right. Shake it out. Let's do it again. This is the most relaxing motion in the world, man. Let it hang open. So relaxing. Come on, let it open. Let the fingers hang. Okay? It starts to close, and your forearm's going to come down and smoothly finish. Forearm and wrist. Elbow should be by your side now. But that was it. That's the idea. So watch what it looks like if you can get it in real time, because it's one smooth motion. It goes, boom, boom. See my hand opening and closing? Do it with me. Do the motion with me. Not bad. Smooth, man. No, don't rush the down. It's just smooth. There it is. How beautiful that is. How elegant that is. Release, squeeze. Can't you see Murray in the video? Don't go rushing down and trying to get, it's smooth. It's just all you're doing is turning your wrist and it gives you release. The elbow should be by your side at the end. It's out and then it comes in. There, don't rush the end. It's just slow. The whole thing is at the same speed. There, don't push your elbow out at the end. And stop at the end. You got it. You stop at the end and you start again. Stop and then you start again. And you stop and you start again. And you stop. Beautiful, man. That's it. See? And you could get a note. You could just let it bump in as you go. Tap, tap. Release, squeeze. Don't do this. It's this smooth, elegant, beautiful, like the Malaysian dance. There. That's all it is. You'll get a big clunk. No, you don't have to rush. You can go slower. Yes, it'll go clunk. You just don't know it. All that weight, you don't rush that. There. You turn your wrist. Now let's put a stick in our hand. Yeah. So what we have is see, if we're going to start not having made the motion, we haven't squeezed. So maybe this is one of the feelings. This is the wrist turn without a squeeze, right? Because this feeling, if I haven't made a throw and squeezed, feels different than this. Now I feel more closed because I did this. But if I'm just taking the stick, I haven't done this. It's just that feeling like when you lowered down and felt the weight of the stick in your hand. Right. But when you come to the surface after your first release squeeze, the hand will feel tighter. Try it. Release, squeeze. Don't rush. Squeeze. There, it should be a little tighter than when, there, it's good. Beautiful. You did it. Release. Forearm comes down, hand starts to close. You're in the hand in the air position. Squeeze. Finish it. There. See how beautiful that is? Release. Squeeze. Now keep doing one smooth motion, but you got it. Up and down. Come on, come on, come on. Don't rush the down. You got it. Don't rush any part of it. Just keep it smooth all the way through. You never get to stop. It's the same speed all the way through. Come on, keep going. There. You're making a downstroke. Now do that on your other hand. Now we're putting the right hand to the test. No, your elbow's sticking out. Left's better. There it is. Release. Come on, up to the open hand. Come on, finish your squeeze. Get to the squeeze. Release. Come on, start. Come on, keep it smooth. Squeeze. Don't wait anywhere. See, your right's catching on too. Now they're the same. Come on, don't stop at the top. There. So you're actually playing today. That mantra is the beginning of really playing. Really good. Okay, so you've got to get your batteries for your metronome. You got to do that. You've got to do that now. Because I know you use it's not like you don't have a metronome, but you're on your phone when we're together. There's probably a bit of a lag. It's okay, you can do it now, but I hate there to be a lag. So hold on, let me get this now. Yeah, you see. So we're going to start without this grip that you feel with the hand in the air thing, right? Which feeling will be first? I don't know. Yeah, and it just closes. That's where it's going to. That's the feeling. That's like the second stage. That's after you get the praying mantis, begging dog. Then it goes up to about like this, and then you finish closing even more. Boom, and it all comes down together, not with the wrist, but that was good. Okay, so let me get a tempo for you. Don't play for a second. Okay. So now we're associating motions with just very distinct feelings. Then we put them together and we get this beautiful dance. It's a beautiful motion. Am I in the right position? Okay. So not set up correctly. The stripes relative to match for tradition. Okay, so I've twisted the pad around, so it's not an accurate guide. Okay, so let's see now. First of all, see, I'm going through my thought process just like you, and I've been doing this a while. Right? So I know what I want to feel. When it feels right, I know it because it feels like it's a wrist turn. The whole thing feels like a wrist turn. It has a very specific feeling. So let's see. So we're getting don't play. Release, squeeze. Release, squeeze. Can I do it here? Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze. Not quite as easy as you might think, and yet it's very easy because you just start to be able to start to play. Right? You start to play flams, and then you can start to play the Murray Spivak thing. Squeeze, release. There's actually another release that I haven't told you about yet. There's one other feeling. But you see, it's just this. Right? It's a very simple thing. But it's the whole technique. And it just seems like, so where's the technique? Yes, this will give you everything, almost everything. Okay, so if you put the metronome on, my metronome's on at 40, so we're going uh, uh, uh. Now we might have to make the metronome a half note. Tick. So you're playing to the metronome, and it's your metronome. If the metronome is a quarter note, you're playing quarter notes. So go ahead and play. Now you got to make that squeeze and release motion. You have to feel all the parts. 1. Don't rush coming down. Remember how slow it was? It's pretty good, dude. Go slow. Just do the kata. Like martial it. Yeah, don't rush the last part of it. Keep it slow. There. It's real thick. It's not rushed. You're playing today. You're playing. You're playing. Go slower. Go slower. Go slow. What's it going to look like? You can go as slow as you want. It's too fast, dude. You came down faster, you went up. You got to do the whole part. You got to get to the hand in the air. No, you never really got to the hand in there. Started to feel the hand close as your forearm came down. You got to feel all of it. No, you're blowing through it too fast. You're not feeling every part of the 4 basic feelings. Nope, too fast. Oh, almost. What? Yeah, break it down and forget the metronome for a sec. No, you're blowing through it now. I know. You've had it today, and it's still not bad. You get away on a rock gig doing that, right? Oh, so we have the release. Do it with me. Release. There. Then we're going to go to the hand in the air with the forearm. So you never get there. Now as your hand started to close. See, you're not sure. Let's do it again. That's what we got to feel. As we go to the hand in the air position, the forearm's got to come down and the hand starts to close. You're open. You're starting to squeeze. Forearm's coming. There you go, and finish and keep squeezing. There. No shaking, because you did it in stages. You have to get every part. You have to incorporate every feeling. So we have 1 feeling, 2 feelings, 3. Here we have the 3 basic feelings. You rush through it. It went up real slow. Then the whole thing started to speed up. Now you have to get the next part. Starts to close. Now finish it now. There. You got it. Now play to the met. Go on. Got to get every part. Don't let your mind wander. Starts to close as you go to the hand in the air position. Come on, forearm. There. That's as slow as you can go that slow. So every other... Okay, that's what we're going to do. Just one hand for a minute. There, click. So every other click, no, you're going way too fast. How many clicks do you need? We could have 10 clicks where you can sit there. I mean, right? No, elbow's got to be by your side. You forgot that feeling. There's your starting feeling. No, you didn't get through all the feelings. Take your time. There, you got one. Take your time. There, you got another one. It's like you're in slow motion. It's what Dick students would say. Doesn't it feel like slow motion? There, you got another one. You should be focused. Maintain your squeeze. Squeeze, come on, maintain that comfortable squeeze. It's not a big deal, but it closes. Almost. Come on. Oh, maintain the squeeze. Now release it. Release it. Squeeze. Release it. Squeeze. Don't speed up. Release it as you go up. The whole thing is, you went down too fast. Determined to be the macho, heavy metal, backbeat drummer. You don't need to you will be the heavy metal backbeat drummer. It's slow motion. All right, now, you're playing today. So now we're just going to do each hand as half notes by themselves, just so you can really lock into this feeling. This feeling is a game changer. Okay. So now we're going to incorporate the upstroke into that, right? So that means that nothing's changed. It's kind of what this technique is, really very simple. If you get every part of it just right, it's just, and then it becomes like built in, because the hand really does do that on its own, right? First, it's okay to induce it a little bit. It's okay, I don't mind, but it's working. Then you have to go up and the forearm's gonna come, you start the squeeze, and you finish it with the squeeze, there. Boom!
When you say squeeze, when you're at this position,
Yeah,
is it I'm letting my hand drop or my arm drop or my elbow drop. I'm not sure what you're meaning exactly.
well, you've been doing it. No, wait, it's okay. If you wanna secure it intellectually, I don't mind.
So I'm up here,
Haven't you started squeezing?
and when you say squeeze,
Well, that's cool. I totally get it. Just take the stick out of your hand for a minute.
Yeah.
We'll look at it this way for a second. Okay. So we're in this natural, remember the hand in the air position? This should probably be feeling number one maybe should be this thing, where we put the stick in our hand and we come down. But you don't need to put the stick in your hand, just come down, because you know this will be another feel. Don't do this, you're flat. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And you don't feel, you're not squeezed, right? You're just maintaining this and coming down, you're not squeezing, right? This is remedial, but, so it's just, that is your zero bias line in terms of feeling. This is the beginning. This is of this relaxed grip at the floor before you've released or squeezed. This is a very neutral state. So this would be feeling number one. Feeling number two does this. Okay, now is there any confusion? Now we don't have a stick in your hand, so it's all going to be bigger, but it'll help you analyze what's happening. So you've released. See how far my fingers are away from my palm?
Yeah.
Don't do this, just stay where you were. Just let it hang up here. Come on up a little. And yeah, the forearm's up a little bit now, right? Gone up. Okay, the elbow's just perfect. It's gone out a little, but you don't even know it. Now, you're gonna begin the squeeze and you're gonna go into the hand in the air position. And the forearm's gonna go down. And you've begun the squeeze, but you haven't finished squeezing. Look, there's still space here. So you haven't finished squeezing. Are your fingers touching your palm? Are they? I don't think they are. They look good. The forearm should be coming down. You should be, but you've begun your squeeze, but there's still more squeezing to do. You've left a little room for the finishing final squeeze, and then you come down and finish your squeeze.
Oh, so when I come down with my stick, these squeeze against the stick.
Yeah, they're squeezing. Yeah, but don't do this. Let it all come down together into this neutral, back into what is similar to the neutral position, but now you're squeezed. You're a little closed. A little more. There. Now you release that. Release it. Fingers come away from the palm. Don't do anything with your arm. Then you're going to come up and begin the squeeze, but you're not completely squeezed. Forearm's coming. You finish the squeeze there. No, not this. The squeeze that the whole arm comes down. Maximum power, like that. No, you have to do the whole thing. You can do that. Yeah, no, you haven't let your fingers open. It's all about that finger releasing, so you have something to squeeze. You're starting to squeeze, finish it now, finish to the palm, There. That's it. Right? Now what I'm going to do is add the element that Murray thought was so important. He gave it its own special name. It's one of the 7 basic strokes. Now it's part of this 4 basic feelings concept that I'm using as a device, right? So this is really good. You're starting to feel the pressure or lack thereof, or it's like, would you call that pressure? That body is just moving naturally. You know, when you go for a walk tonight, you know, analyze what your toes are doing. They're doing it, man. They're releasing. When you step forward, they seem to close. And yeah, analyze what your feet do when you walk. You don't rush any part of it. It's just like walking. It's as easy as walking. It really is, okay? So, very good, man. Now all we're doing is, you need to know this, even if you're not going to teach it, you need to know it because you're essentially teaching yourself. You have one really good student, it's you, right? So we're getting, here I'm in that neutral position. I'm not squeezed. It feels like this thing, but, and I've got the stick and I've just come down here. I'm not squeezed. Now, even though I'm not squeezed, I feel like I'm still more closed than I would be if I release. So I can still release. I'm not squeezed, but I can release. This would be an area of debate, perhaps, right? And then it's going to start to squeeze. Form's coming down, and I'm going to finish my squeeze. There. All you did is you left the bead right there. Dick would say, leave the bead down when you go up. See, and you've released. Release. Right? Now you come up, start to squeeze. Let the forearm come down, finish it. Squeeze. Don't rush the end. Now, instead of going up and leaving the bead down and not touching, see, because you're making this motion and you're releasing, this time when you go up, just release and make a tap. There you go. There. That's the beginning of the release. Don't be afraid to come on up and release. No, you have to be at the floor. And when you went up and did make a note, it just released and stayed there. Now you're going to go just a half an inch down. You're just going to let the stick bump in. There. Now you're going to start to squeeze. Now you're going to finish your squeeze. Boom. And you didn't rush. That was really good. Now you're going to make a tap and release. Come on, make a tap. There. See, you got a nice big clunk. You moved a half an inch because you're released. It's almost like you're almost dropping the stick, but you're not, right? It has that nice, it's just like, oh, what a pleasure. Playing all night long, every time you do this, it is so relaxing. And then you finish squeezing. Release, release, squeeze. Don't rush, squeeze. Finish slowly. Don't rush. Yeah.
I'm shaking again.
Not bad, dude. So can you smooth that out, but not rush it and get all the feelings? So this release has a tap. Now you turn up and let the forearm start to come down, start to squeeze, finish your squeeze. Boom. Go tap, tap, squeeze, squeeze. There you go. Yeah. Tap, squeeze. Watch. Tap, squeeze, tap, squeeze. There you go. Release, squeeze, release. Nice and smooth. Squeeze. It's a wrist turn. It's a wrist turn. It's a wrist turn. It's a wrist turn. It starts to feel like this. So watch. It's a wrist turn. Do it with me. Doing great, right? Our elbow's nice and relaxed right now. Turn up, start the squeeze, and finish. Boom. Just turn your wrist up now. Now you don't need to squeeze. Just do that feeling at the end. Yeah, just see, it just starts to, because it's all the wrist turn. See? Come on, do this with me. Yeah, come on. You can whack it like you're holding a hammer. Hold the hammer, hold the hammer. Whack, whack, whack. Up and down. There you go. Come on, really bring it up. Whack, 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 whack. See, it's this feeling, right? There, you're getting it. You're starting to see? Okay, and it should probably, what does it feel like? Who knows right now? But I'm just, yeah, it's just a wrist turn. So you're getting this part, you get this part, you get this part, you get this part. This part, wrist turn, wrist turn, wrist turn, wrist turn.
What makes me, when I hit a pad, want to tense up my muscles?
Well, they are a little more tense.
But
Aren't they squeezing? A little.
I mean, when I hit the pad, they squeeze.
Well, you should be squeezing. You finish you're squeezing right from the beginning that you start to turn to the ceiling. No, you have to get to the release first. If you don't release, you have nothing to squeeze. There you go. Yeah, see, you have something to squeeze. Come on up here and wait here. Come on up. I think you're going to freeze on me. I'll be patient. We'll wait for you to come back. Right? There, you're up. Okay, you're released, nice and relaxed. And you're going to start the squeeze now. Arms, finish it. Finish your squeeze. There. There. Okay, now what you're doing is you're just making a tap. Your release is tapping. And then you go up, and then you start to squeeze, and you finish your squeeze, and you are a little more tight. Wouldn't call it tense. You go from loose to, Murray would say, loose to tight. But we're not tense. We're just releasing what we squeezed.
Why do I shake when I tap? Percent.
Why do you what?
Why do I shake when I tap? Just
You
tap it.
haven't been shaking all day, man.
I
It's like you're looking for, oh, well, you're going to find it. I know you want to find it, but you haven't been shaking all day. But you're not, well, yeah. But we're not, you haven't made a strike. So you can just go into your old muscle memory thing and find the muscle memory that is shaking, but you haven't shaken all day. Yeah, no, you rush the end. I told you that will make you shake. You're rushing the squeeze. It's not a proper squeeze and release. First you just, you go through it again. You weren't shaking when you went through. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling. Let your hand close. That's what it'll feel like at the top, right? As your forearm is starting to come down, you're going to feel, there you go. No shaking. Right, now we're going to come down. There you go. You haven't really squeezed. It's having a nice, normal, neutral grip. Now you're going to release. You can make a tap, but you got to release. No shaking. Now you're going to turn up and start to squeeze, but not full squeeze. You got to leave some room to finish the squeeze right there. There, you didn't shake. You just need to do that over and over. And you can either do it, yeah, don't rush the, see? Shaking's gone, dude. You know, I know you want to find, the muscle memory will bring it back to you, but if you go through this procedure, there's no shaking. You can, no, you're doing something different. No, you're finding something that you're confused about to create shaking. We haven't talked about a regular wrist turn today. All right, we'll talk about it, okay? So we're gonna do two things. We're gonna, just stay with me, don't play for a sec. You look great too, you're just sitting there. You're sitting there like this. So we've got the throw, every other note, click. It can be real slow. You can start it really early to give yourself a lot of time. Release, squeeze, and then we're going to make a tap. Release, squeeze. You get Murray's single stroke. Look, it's the same. If you turned off your speaker, you wouldn't know I was making a tap on the way up or down. But if you weren't viewing with the help of hearing, you would just see this, wouldn't you? Here is only one note, just a down, and here is the up to a down. See? Same motion. Okay. So that means, unlike most techniques that I know about, snare drum technique, this technique involves making notes going up and down. Okay? So now let's go back. Let's go back to the other thing we worked on, okay? Let's just finish that up. So I had you coming up and turning for 4 notes and then lifting it back up. Now, what grip are we using right now? What feeling should we incorporate? There's a lot of this going on, right? This is kind of like the beginning of things. This could represent, when it's up here, it represents being open in the middle of your squeeze, so you can finish the squeeze, or this could represent just coming down and not squeezing, not even making, just finding your starting position. So you're just down here with that relaxed grip, right. And the grip is mostly in the 3-finger area, right? Doesn't need to be much tighter than this. Yeah, it's kind of just feels like that. It feels quite like that. If there's no squeeze or release, it feels, so there's that feeling. That's our first feeling, right? Our first feeling isn't this, it's this. But we need to know that this is our third feeling. This is our first feeling that comes from the third feeling. And then we have the second feeling, which is the release. Then we're back to the hand in the air, which is the third feeling. And then we have the squeeze, which is the fourth feeling. Oh God, isn't it? So we have this feeling, one. And we see that, so we have a squeeze and release for a throw, but we also have this starting feeling. So there are four feelings, the four basic feelings. So we're using the feeling of just holding the stick, knowing that it's mostly in the three fingers, and coming down, and this is where we're going to find the rebounds in there. Oh, that wasn't a good one. And then we lift it up. You do it? Oh, almost. Okay, but you're not lifting it back up and you're not letting it bounce. Wait, okay, go ahead. Does it feel like this? Let's go back to this. No, come on. Come back to this. You can either let the hand close on the stick or put the stick in after. But either way, you're not up here like me. You're down here somewhere. Yeah. So there's that feeling. As you lower it, the stick gets a little heavier in the hand, right? There. Now just lift it up and let it just dribble. Just let it dribble. Almost. Dribble. No, I'm coming up an inch. I'm coming up an inch with this grip. With this grip. 3-finger area. Come down nice and smooth. Just come up an inch and drop it. No, you're coming up like a 4-inch and you're doing this. What are you doing? You just drop it. Almost. And then let it stay on the surface. Do that again. Yeah, leave it there. Is it away from the palm?
No.
That's your problem. That means you're not really feeling this grip. It means you're holding it tight. It means you're squeezed. You're always in a squeeze, but you right now for what we're doing, you're not squeezed. To rebound, the squeeze is for a downstroke, for one note perhaps. And it also is involved in making a throw, and you can land and get rebounds by landing open, but we're not squeezed at the end for working. Grip looks great though. Okay, so I'll help you to it. No, you're really close right now. You've got a big chunk of the technique today.
It just stays against the palm here, but I've got space in here, but this butt end stays against the palm.
That's okay. It's you're heading in the right direction. Let's just check it out. No, yeah, you just did it. Now, here's what you're not getting. And I guess now we have a fifth feeling. So if there's a fifth feeling, now I can no longer call this technique the crab claw technique. Because the crab only has 4 claws. God damn it. All right, so we'll just have to call it the 4 basic feelings.
Sorry about that.
That's just an outrage. I could pretend that there's not another feeling. But this is really an extension. I mean, at some point, maybe that's what I meant about just thinking about the 4 basic feelings, because what we're getting, it feels a lot like this, right? Really, it really is this, which is the first basic feeling, right? We're not squeezed, and we're just going to touch the stick to the surface, and do you feel the stick on the palm right now?
On the butt end of the stick. on the butt end, not on the palm, but on the butt end right here.
Right, isn't it just hanging there?
I guess, yeah.
Well, of course it is. You're up here, you got the stick, you know, and now you're lowering it. Well, come on up here. And as I lower it, I can feel it, the button's on the palm, definitely here. Come on, bring it down all in one unit. Don't go doing something weird with your wrist. It is a wrist turn, but come on down. It's nice and smooth. Feel it on the palm?
Just on the butt end of my, right here.
Exactly, it's what I mean, it's the palm.
Okay,
If
yeah,
it wasn't on the palm, the stick would fall forward, wouldn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, if you were in French and it's not on the palm, the stick would fall. But because it's go into French. Go into French, it's not on the palm, is it? Yeah, now let it just drop.
on the palm here, yeah.
It is? Mine's not on the palm. Yeah,
Yeah.
now just let the stick drop on around your first finger. Yeah, see, it's not on the palm. It would just fall. But if you go into palm down, it's on the palm.
Right,
So now it can't fall. It's being countervailed by the palm. You got it, dude. Okay, it's on the palm. If I touch very gently, turn and touch. We're still using the first basic feeling. No, what are you coming up for? I want you to turn and touch. Just touch. Just touch. It should still be on the palm.
yes,
Good. Stay with me.
okay,
Now what we're going to do is bend forward so it comes away from the palm a little. Bend forward so it comes away from. Is it off the palm now?
I put the stick down like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The palm?
yes,
That's it. Now if you lift it back up, it'll come back to the palm. Go slowly. Do everything in slow motion. You're up too high. I want you at the floor. Half an inch away. You're on the palm. Touch. You're still on the palm. Don't let it come away from the palm yet. We're doing this in 3 stages. Oh boy. So now how many feelings do we have? We have on the palm. We have touching and on the palm. It's still the first basic feeling. I'm just noticing what's happening. And then if I bend forward a little bit, it comes off the palm. Bend forward a little, just a little. There. Now just lift the stick up and let it dribble. No, keep on. I know you're on your phone. I want you to lift it up with your other hand. No, with your other hand.
Okay.
Is it off the palm right now? Is it up there? So you can move because it's off the palm. It's gonna wobble. Stay off the palm while it's wobbling. Stay open, and then when you lift up, it's gonna be back on the palm. Yeah, touch on the palm. Touch. It's on the palm. Bend forward a little so you can lift it up with the other hand. Let it dribble. It's not gonna touch the palm at all. There. And it's only gonna touch the palm when you lift it back up. Do that. You got it. Right? Lift it up. There. When you're done, finish by coming back to the floor. Turn up, turn up, turn up. No, turn up so it comes back to the palm. Off the palm. You can lift it with the other hand. It's off the palm like a teeter-totter now. Once you touch and bend forward, you have a teeter-totter fulcrum. Now you can lift the stick up and it'll bounce. It's still off the palm. The only way to get it to go back on the palm is by turning your wrist back to parallel. There, you got it. Come on, lift it up. Let it do its thing. With the other hand, let it just dribble. You're open. Now complete the gestalt and turn back up so it's on the palm. There, is it on the palm? You don't need your other hand now. You don't need your hand. There, you got it. That's what it feels like when we rebound. You touch, touch. Stay it on the palm. Off the palm, it bounces. It dribbles. Then when you're done, you just lift it back up. And it's back on the palm. Now it can't dribble. It's just like it's what you were doing. You come and say, it's on the palm. It won't dribble. You have to just do that little, you have to allow the hand to do what it would do. Don't exaggerate.
I'm using the other hand to let it dribble, so how do you get it to dribble?
But you see how bouncy this is?
Yeah,
You see how bouncy this? Not that way. If I had a ball, I don't have a tennis ball in the house. See how bouncy this is?
so,
So stay with me. Just stay with me. See how bouncy? The pad has force. It pushes the stick, right? And
Right.
it's the principle of bouncing a ball.
Yeah.
And,
So,
and so, and so to give you the feeling of what will happen, instead of the pad being the force, I do it in slow motion. You touch, you come open a little, and it's as if you just hit the pad, and the pad pushes the stick up. Because when I touch, the pad pushes the stick up, doesn't it? No, what are you doing? You have to do it. No, 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 no. You have to, come on up an inch. Come on up an inch. Turn up an inch. Now, here's what we're going to do. It's going to be in slow motion. You're going to get to the surface. It's going to be on the palm. You're going to touch, follow through, and let the stick have the feeling that it's away from the palm. And you will get this if you learn to do this. That's what we're doing right now. So we're doing it in slow motion. It's not going to bounce if you do it in slow motion, because you're not taking advantage of the force. So if we do it in slow motion, come on up a little bit so you have some momentum, just like an inch and a half, 2 inches, and we're going to turn, touch. It's not open yet. Once you touch, you can keep bending a little more and let the butt end come away. Did it come away? There. Don't do too big. It's tiny. There. Now come back up an inch and a half. Good. Come down slow motion, touch. That tiny follow through comes off the palm, come back up. Come back up. Come on, come up a little. Just a little. Now come down. Smooth, touch, off the palm. Lift it back up. Come down, touch, off the palm. Come back up to where you started. Come down, touch, off the palm. There you go. It's away from the palm. It touches the palm and you pull it back, lift it back up. You come down and let it touch and just dribble. There! Now come back up an inch and a half. You just did it. When you get to the surface, just let it open. There! Lift it back up. You did it, dude. Back up to where you started. Right? There! You got it, man. You just do that. Steve, you got it. You got a throw today, and you got this thing, right? And we'll take that further. But eventually, you're going to want that. See, if you're playing doubles, if you're playing traditional now, but who cares? But right, because that's what's happening. Every time I get to the surface, I touch, I follow through, instead of we won't do that this week. What you got was golden. I'm feeling this, and then I time it so when I come back up after the second note, right? I come back up after the second note. So I'm going to get. See it? See it come away from the palm when I get to the surface? See what's happening? And I can start to get. Here's my throw. Release, squeeze. Release, squeeze. Release, squeeze. Release is happening in the left too. Release, squeeze. And then you got it. And you got so much of it today. So that's where this is going. Right now, working on the upstroke to downstroke without a tap on the way up, which is just making a throw, right? Or an up motion, or we're making an upstroke where you're letting it tap to every other click at 40. And then with no metronome, you're just gonna do it in slow motion. You've got which of the crab claws is the first feeling? Which crab claw is this? It's the first basic feeling, whichever crab claw that might be, right? And so we're just in that position, and we're going to turn up a cup, maybe 2 inches, and in slow motion we're going to come down. And when we touch, we're going to follow through and feel the butt end come away, and then come back up, and then we're going to do it again and feel the butt end come away. And then we're going to turn back up. And this time we're going to turn down in real time, and it's just going to dribble, which you just did. very successful. And when you're done, you're going to lift it back up. You're going to come down, allow the butt end to come away from the palm and let it dribble. Then you're going to lift up, butt end is going to touch the palm, you're going to leverage it back up, and that just happens over and over and over and over. And then you can play, as I demonstrated, start to play roll strokes, which incorporates the feeling that you had when you let it dribble and the feeling of the single stroke. So when you're playing roll strokes, usually you're playing upstrokes to downstrokes, right?
Right.
Keep it smooth. And there's your squeeze and release, or perhaps your release and squeeze, whichever you want to think of as coming first. You only squeeze what you release. Try to remember that. Really good job today. I'm turning off the camera.
Okay.